Every year, over 2 million bags are lost by airlines around the world, and they can end up in the small town of Scottsboro, Alabama. Back in the 1970s, founder Doyle Owens only spent $300 on a truckload of lost suitcases and decided to resell some of his findings. And 50 years later, it has grown into a warehouse of goods, clothing, and even luxury items that are all found in airport luggage. In this video, we're exploring all of its hidden treasures while spending too much time and too much money during our visit. First impressions, this place is enormous.
It's so big. They have everything.
They have a whole aisle of shoes just for men, and it's this whole section. Fortunately, I have big feet, so we can't find anything that fits me. Haley thinks I need a tie refresh.
I think he does. A lot of his ties he's had since he was in like high school.
And they've been working great, so I don't know why I need more.
But I'm really impressed by how organized this is. The tie section, they're all organized by color. I feel like normally you go places and it's kind of chaotic. Okay, so they even have a luxury section, which is really fun. We can't afford anything in it. We're not going to get anything in it. But there's like Yves Saint Laurent, Coco Chanel, all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of fun just to look at all the things that we're not going to buy.
If you're wondering how fancy we are, I've never even heard of most of these brands.
Who loses a $33,000 bracelet in their like airport luggage? Who puts it in their airport
Haley
luggage?
doesn't know this yet. We're having a competition that I just made up. Who can find the most expensive item?
So far I'm winning. $33,000.
$33,000 bracelet.
They're selling it for $16.90.
What a steal.
I'm sorry, $16,900.
They also had designer sunglasses and watches for sale, which, you guessed it, also out of our price range.
They have a pamphlet of some of the craziest things they found in 2023. And number one on the list was 2 live snakes in a briefcase.
You hate to open that up.
We did eventually make it back to the normal section of the store, where Haley looked for some clothes for her, where I found this really cool hat and a matching one for Haley, but she wasn't that big of a fan of him.
We are in the world's largest unclaimed baggage with all these different styles, and Haley cannot find a single clothing item that she likes.
Okay, I'm very picky. Sorry. I'm trying to find dresses. I'm struggling.
I told her she could try a new style, and she was like, I've tried that in the past. I think it might just be her.
I know it works for me.
Of course, we took a little picture and video in the suitcases before looking at some of the more historic things that are not for sale. Might have won the game for most expensive item.
Okay, I don't know if it counts if it's something that was already in the baggage museum. That's all I'm saying.
These paintings here. This replica. The real one was sold for $110 million.
Which is wild, because it's not very good.
And the other ones are proved to be by the same artist, but they don't have a value. So I'm assuming they're somewhere around like 50 million at least, so I think therefore I win.
I don't think that's how it works.
We've made it over to the electronics section, and they have shelves of Kindles,
So many.
and a whole wall of headphones, and like computer mice or mouses, whatever you want to call them. It's kind of crazy.
It's wild.
Of course, we had to visit the museum that they have in the shop, where we found some of the craziest and coolest things I've ever seen in my life, including a basketball signed by Michael Jordan himself, the complete armor set of 2 knights from different eras, African and Asian statues and relics, instruments owned and played by historical musicians, other really unique and interesting instruments, a puppet named Hoggle from the movie Labyrinth, and my personal favorite, a giant pirate ship with other navigational instruments.
Our biggest question for all these things in the museum, pretty much everything in general, but mainly these things,
It's like, how did you lose some of this?
it's like a full pirate ship model or Ethiopian instruments we've never heard of. I feel
Yeah.
like you would
Like if you-
know you're missing it.
Like if you called the right guy, you'd be like, I'm missing my Ethiopian, I don't even know what that's
And
called.
they'd be like, what is that? And he'd be like, well, if it looks like it could be called an Ethiopian Bedena, it's mine. I don't know how you lose that. I really wish I could see the face on the guy's family when he said he lost his Tibetan dungchong musical instrument.
There is also a bargain basement across the parking lot, which is a 3-story building that has off-brand and clearance items.
We've made it to the basement, the bargain mart section.
That's where it's at.
It's a little more what I was originally expecting when we walked in. It's just kind of a basement with shelf and things.
Random stuff. Well, I struck out on today's unclaimed baggage haul.
But I did not. I got things.
I say nothing for me. Tell us what you got, Coop.
I got all sorts of fun things. I'll start with the big bag. In total, spent I think over $100,
Well,
which for me, for shopping, is a big deal. I'm not a big shopper.
you should be very proud.
And every purchase, I was like, Haley, I don't know if I should get it. except for this one actually. And I got a pair of sunglasses because I had a pair of Gooder sunglasses. And then I left them, I think, at my brother's house, and he still hasn't returned them.
Yep.
So if you're watching, give me my sunglasses back. $5 I think they were. We got golf balls because we like golf, but we actually kind of suck at golf. So we lose lots of golf balls. So we got...
And we're starting to lose more than we find.
We got 2 big bags. I think these were each like $3. So I think a pretty good find.
Exciting.
This is a little thing I'm trying. A grip strengthener. I don't know if these really work, but I don't know. I think they're kind of fun, and they could, you know.
It was $2. He didn't ask my opinion on this one either.
No, this one I made an executive decision. For my work computer, I don't have a mouse, so I splurged and got a little tiny mouse for $5.
We spent a long time looking at mouses, folks.
Yes. Okay, well, I have big hands, and so if I get a mouse that's too small, my hand like cramps up. But this one I think might work. And the last thing in this big bag is the most expensive thing.
In that bag.
A Nintendo Switch game, Spyro. The last time I played Spyro, I think I was like maybe 7 or 8 on the PlayStation 2 or GameCube.
I've never even heard of it.
And so it's the Reignited trilogy. So I think it's the 3 most popular games from when Spyro was big. And it was like $20. So I figured it could be a fun little trip down memory lane.
And now for his biggest purchase of the day.
The biggest purchase.
Which took lots of convincing.
A fancy watch. Ooh.
Ah.
This is the most expensive thing we purchased, and I'm not one for fancy things. I mean, I'm a fancy man.
Of course.
I figure we have a lot of weddings coming up, and so getting something that is a little nicer might be a good idea. And so that is a Kenneth Cole New York watch. Don't really know what any of that means, but it was $60.
I guess she said it was probably about $120 or so retail, so we still saved some money on it.
For $60 for a watch I will probably wear and not replace for the rest of my life. It'll probably be a good investment if I wear it to 60 weddings. So that is my thinking on it.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of the watch's purchase.
Yep. Overall, I think it was a very successful trip. Everything was a little more expensive than I thought it was going to be.
But we had heard that coming in.
Yeah, it was. It has gotten more commercialized in the last couple of years, probably with social media and everything.
I think I had the most fun looking at the luxury stuff and the like really expensive jewelry, which was obviously way out of our price range. But it was more just like fun to see all the things. And also, I know we said it before in the video, but it was like, why did you put that in, like, like A, why did you ship that on a plane? Or B, like, why didn't you not put that on your carry-on? Just some of the ridiculous stuff. I mean, there was like an $8,000 like Louis Vuitton bag, or some of the jewelry. It's like the jewelry will fit in your carry-on. Like, I feel bad for people who lost that stuff. But I'm also, it was just like entertaining, I guess, to see it all, and it's not stuff we normally look at every day. So we infrequently go shopping for $33,000 bracelets.
As in, this is the first time in our life we've ever seen that in a store.
And like some of the luxury stuff, it's funny because it just like looks ridiculous, like, but it's luxury, so.
There was one bracelet that we found, and Haley was like, look how shiny it is, because it was really sparkling in the lights, and I was like, that is a very shiny bracelet. And
literally, I was just attracted by the shininess.
Person behind the counter was like, oh, you can get that, like it's not as expensive as you think. And we're like,
because it's lab grown diamonds, she said, and we're like,
it was still 21 carats worth of lab grown diamonds,
and it was $5,000.
It was $5,500, and we're like, yeah, that's way out of our budget.
And mostly I just thought it was shiny, so apparently I was like a bird, like gathering all the shiny
my shiny things are $60. Haley's are $5,000.
I did not buy that.
She didn't buy it.
If I had, we would be showing it to you on this thing, or maybe we wouldn't.
I don't think we'd be showing it to you. That bracelet was almost worth more than our RV. Overall, I'd say the trip was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And if you're in the area or driving through, take a stop by, spend a couple hours. It's just fun to see. There's a whole museum that was fun to look at.
Yeah, and it's extremely well organized. Like, I was expecting, not to knock Goodwill, because you can find some great stuff at Goodwill, but I was expecting like kind of chaos, and everything was like color coordinated, sized.
If you thought this type of video was fun, where we find kind of a unique little thing in different little small towns in America, let us know. We'll make more videos like it, and be sure to subscribe.
The end.